You know what? I see this question floating around online all the time. Should the African diaspora move back to Africa? It's an honest question. But it's also a very heavy question because when people ask that, they're basically asking someone to jump straight into the deep end of the water. Move continents, move your family, move your career, move your entire life. That's a huge step. I think sometimes we're skipping something important. Before we even start debating about moving back to Africa, maybe we should start with the shallow end of the pool. And the shallow end is simple: culture exchange. For those that do not know me, my name is Timothy and I run a WhatsApp group for the Black Diaspora, a space where we study the moves the world makes around us. Right now, we're building the $1 Diaspora Fund Registry. The idea is simple. If Africans in the diaspora organize even $1 together, we can begin building capital that belongs to us. If you believe the diaspora should play a role in building Africa's future, join the $1 Diaspora Fund Registry. All the links are in the bio. Remember to subscribe to my Substack newsletter for more. Imagine programs where Africans, African Americans, and Caribbeans spend 2 or 3 weeks living in each other's environments. Not just students, adults too. You could choose how you want to experience it. Maybe you want to stay in a village to really experience traditional culture. Or maybe you want to stay in a city so the transition isn't so drastic. You spend a few weeks there, you see how people live, you see how people work, you see how people think. At the same time, Africans come to the United States, the Caribbean, or Europe and do the same thing. That's how understanding actually begins. Right now, a lot of the conversations between Africans and the diaspora are happening through social media arguments. That's the worst place to build understanding. The best place to solve differences between people has always been something much simpler. Let the kids meet each other. You see, kids don't carry historical baggage. Kids don't carry generational resentment. They don't care about arguments their parents or grandparents had. If kids are in the same classroom, the same football field, or the same playground, they just become friends. Once that happens, something interesting happens to the adults. It becomes harder to hold on to hostility because your children will hold you accountable. Your child will say things like, "That person you're arguing about, that's my friend. I play soccer with them. I sit right next to them in class. They're cool." Suddenly, the conversation changes. Once people have real relationships, then we can start talking about the bigger questions. We can talk about unity. We can talk about investments. We can talk about partnerships. Maybe even moving back to Africa someday. But those conversations work better when there's already trust. So before I go, instead of jumping straight into the deep end and asking people to relocate their entire lives, maybe we start with something smaller. Let the diaspora visit. Let Africans visit. Let families meet. Let kids grow up knowing each other. Sometimes the first step towards unity isn't politics or economics. Sometimes it's just people spending time together. Sometimes it's that simple. Let's move.